There's no way the frontman would get this many years if he went to jail. He's very lucky he's all the way in the island. In today's video, I'm gonna be going over how many years in prison would these Squid Game players get for the amount of players they each killed. If you love Thanos, like and subscribe with notifications. The way I will determine how many years these players get are based on the South Korean law, since this show is based in South Korea. This is gonna be one crazy video. We are about to find out if these players will spend life in prison or not. Let's jump right into it. The average sentence time for murder in South Korea is 25 years, but it can be up to life in prison. So let's just say for this video, each murder is going to be 25 years on average. I can only imagine how many years some of these players are going to spend in prison. They definitely won't be coming out anytime soon. I'm going to start off with season 1 characters first, so let's start adding them up right now. We start off with the brutal no remorse killer, Jang, player 101. By the way, all the kills I'm adding for these players are direct, not by a team or a group. It's completely by their own bare hands. Player 101's first kill was the killing of a gang member in the start of season 1. His next kill was beating player 271 to death. Player 217 demanded his fair share of food, then broke a bottle, in the process angering player 101 to beating him to death. His final direct kill in season 1 was stabbing player 198. After the lights turn off, player 101 runs to player 198 and stabs her multiple times with a glass bottle. How brutal can this guy get? This man is a real criminal. No wonder people don't like him. Alright guys, so I'm adding all Jang Deok's years and it came to a whopping 75 years. We don't even know how many other people he really killed, but based on Squid Game, he is serving 75 years in prison. You guys could say life in prison instead. We now move on to the one and only Frontman. Crazy enough, he only actually directly killed 3 people in season 1. He killed 3 guards in total. I mean, this makes sense for the Frontman to not kill players, instead only killing guards directly. His only intention is to kill a guard if they disobey him or mess up one of the rules. For example, one of the guards was shot when he simply removed his mask, showing his true identity. This costed his life. Technically, the frontman has hundreds of kills since the whole game operation is under him, but in this video, we are only counting direct kills, like I stated. So adding up his kill count, it comes to 75 years in prison as well. Just imagine how many years he would get if we counted everyone in Squid Game. It would be at least 4 digits. Now we move on to Hwang Jun-ho. This character is one of the good guys, but let's still figure out how many years he would still possibly get for killing these people. He did not indeed kill any players, only guards. Makes sense, he's one of the good guys. When guard 29 scanned him and noticed he wasn't detecting a chip on him, Jun-ho ended up killing him, then later took his uniform to pretend he was one of the guards. Jun-ho also killed guard 28 when he demanded to know more information about the VIPs and where his brother was. Number 28 tells him the information is stored in the penthouse, but then pleads for his life, but Jun-ho has no remorse for him and shoots him right in the head. Jun-ho did the right thing. The guards are villains too. So speaking by the law, Jun-ho would end up getting 50 years for killing these 2 guards. But it's definitely most likely reduced to barely anything since it was an act of self-defense. So let's say maybe 1 to 3 years at max. Let's move on to the last main character of season 1. We now move on to Cho Sang-woo. Player 218. Player 218 wasn't the best guy. He may have seemed nice at first, but he was only a manipulator. Player 218 killed 2 people in the show. The first one was pushing player 117 off a bridge during the glass bridge game. He also ended up killing one of the main characters, Kang Se-beok, player 067, by stabbing her in the neck so he could keep himself in the games. This guy really did anything he could to stay in the games. He acted very nasty. He even ended up killing himself in the end when it was the final battle between him and Ji-hyun. He was so fed up with the games, he just wanted it to be over. He will end up getting a solid 50 years since the deaths were straight on his hands. Squid Game season 1 was so brutal. There were so many deaths involved with some nasty players. But guys, now we're gonna move on to season 2 players. Are you guys ready for this? This is gonna get good. Let's start off with the first person to murder in the TV show. A lot of you guys like this guy for some reason. I like him as well. I think he's very interesting. This guy is called the salesman, the person who invites players into the games. I think this guy is the biggest psychopath in the whole of Squid Games. If you guys agree with me, like and subscribe, because I think you guys think that too. The salesman only has 1 kill in season 2, and his name is Kim Jeong-rae. For months, Jeong-rae had been looking for the salesman in all the subways of Seoul, but he was nowhere to be found. But one day, he found him, and he followed him, and when he tried to attack him, the salesman knocked him out. He was later woken up to be tied in a chair. The salesman told him, "Let's play rock, paper, scissors," but then later, he lost. The salesman ends up shooting him in the head over him losing to his friend. How psycho can this guy get? Later in episode 2, the salesman meets Ji-hyun and they play Russian roulette, but he ends up losing and shoots himself in the head. Guys, I respect him for one thing, and that he's a man of his word. The salesman ends up getting 25 years in prison for his one kill, but definitely deserves more than that for how psycho he really is. Moving on to Kang Noel. Oh guys, this isn't looking too good for her since she's a guard. She's definitely killed a lot of people. Her years are definitely the highest on this list so far. She's killed 4 people so far in season 2 that we know of. All her kills were in red light, green light. Players 066, 188, 237, and 444. That gives her a whopping 100 years. She definitely won't be alive till her time finishes up. One good thing about her is she's shooting the players more than she has to make sure that the other guards don't harvest her organs. She does not stand with that. I really like that she's against that. The other guards are harvesting the other players' organs when they die. I don't know if you guys knew that. I just wanted to point that out. Alright guys, now we're moving back onto the frontman again. But this time, in season 2, he's known as Player 001. Player 001's first kill in season 2 is snapping Sim Jae-seok's neck in order to save himself and Jung Bae. Jung Bae is shocked to see this from Player 001 since he portrayed himself to be a nice, innocent player throughout the season. His second kill was the killing of Kyeon Deok-su, and the third one was Seon Han-man. He killed these players right behind him before they could enter the control room. He pretended to be on Ji-hyun's team, but later betrayed him. It was all part of his master plan. His last kill was the killing of Jun Bae, which is one of the saddest deaths in the whole of Squid Game Season 2. He killed Jun Bae right in front of Ji-hyun as punishment for rebelling against the games. Alright guys, so In-ho gets a sentence of 100 years as well in Season 2, as he should. Now we move on to Lee Myung-gi, Player 333. Player 333 only had 1 kill in the whole of Season 2. He was a good guy as well. In fact, his kill was only for self-defense. He killed the notorious Thanos, the one and only Thanos. Thanos kept pushing Player 333's buttons, annoying him all the time, until the X and O's decided to fight each other in the bathroom. This was a huge brawl fight, a deadly one though, I must say. While the fight was being occurred, Thanos was trying to choke Player 333 to death, but then out of nowhere, Player 333 stabs him in the neck. The whole audience was shocked when this happened. They did not expect Thanos to die so quickly. Lee Myung-gi gets 5 years at max for fighting in self-defense, since he also wanted to fight Thanos for annoying him. We now move on to Captain Park now. He is indeed not a player, but instead a captain of a boat that Jun-ho is on to try find the island. Captain Park kills the drone pilot, a massive threat to finding the island, which Captain Park wants to avoid. He killed the drone pilot by stabbing him multiple times, then throwing him off a boat. He's probably working with the frontman, and that's why he's trying to sabotage Jun-ho's mission. He's definitely getting 25 years for this act. The guy is a crook. We're about to come to an end of this video now, actually ending it off with a fan favorite player. This player is one of my favorite players too, I can't lie. We now move on to Hwang Jun-ho. Hwang Jun-ho is one of the good players as well. Her only kills were the guards. She killed 3 guards while fighting in Ji-hyun's rebellion. She is one of the most resilient, fearless players in Season 2. For her murders, she might not get any years since it was an act of self-defense. Also, they are villains. If you guys think she has a possible chance of winning the games in Season 3, like and subscribe, because I think she has a very high chance of doing that. What do you guys think? Do you think these sentences make sense for these players? Some of the players I mentioned in this video aren't very accurate since I didn't include the indirect kills, which could still be classified as a crime in South Korea. Squid Game Season 3 awaits for us in June 27th, and I am so excited to finally see the show when it gets released. I'm definitely gonna make a lot of videos on it when it comes out, so get ready for that. And if you guys want to see my recent video too, I'll put it on the screen, so check that out. It's a great video as well. But that's about it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out and take care everyone. Goodbye.